So stop comparing yourself to the lowest common denominator. Start comparing yourself to the top. Compare yourself to somebody that is actually going to solve my problems and make my life better. In fact, I always say that the vote that I give for Black people in every election is I vote for Black people. My vote goes to you. My vote goes to you and your family. If you want your life to be better, my vote goes to you. And I show you this by talking to you on a regular basis because I know that you control the keys to whatever life you want to have, whatever improvement you want to make, whatever level you want to go to. You control that. You control that, man. I mean, I'm not telling you that society is not impacted by who we vote for. It absolutely is. Right. But unfortunately, if you understand money the way I understand money, it's become to some extent a hopeless situation in certain areas. That's why you have politicians that don't do what their voters ask them to do. Ain't nobody in this room. In fact, give me a yes. Let's. How many of you would agree with this statement? How many of you would agree with me if I was to say that not a damn person in this room wants to give $4 billion to the Israeli military so they can go drop bombs on Palestine? How many of you would agree with me on that statement? Would say yes, I vote against. Let's take a vote. Who wants to send $4 billion to Israel and then another 10, 20 billion to Ukraine? Anybody? Give me a yes if you're voting, if you want to vote against that. Like, so yes, if you're against it. That's what I meant to say. Give me a yes if you would vote for my resolution, which says right now we should stop sending money to Israel and stop sending money to Ukraine. And instead, we should send that money to the south side, the west side of Chicago to create some jobs for them kids. We got to send it to Brooklyn to help out that community since Jay-Z screwed him over when he built that Barclays Center with those Russians, right? Right. But we're going to take our money and we're going to put it into educating our kids in America, right? Like, really, like nobody, there's no voter who's demanding that they send billions of dollars to Israel. APAC is demanding that. And what APAC has been doing is they find any politician who dares to disagree with them and they say, oh, you think you have balls? You think you can stand up to us? Well, we're going to go fund your opponent and we're going to get them elected and they will bow to us. That's how the game is played. So at least know what you're dealing with. Voting is not the way to change your life, in my view. I'm not saying don't do it though. I'm not saying don't do it. So don't run around here saying I'm telling people not to vote and don't ever tell anybody that I said your vote doesn't matter. It does matter, except it may not matter for you. But it matters to the people that need the power. It matters to the billionaires that are trying to run the government. They know they can't get in without votes, but they know votes can be bought with money. So therefore, in America, in capitalism, the person with the most money wins, which is why I'm such an advocate for Black economics, because if you are a person that is financially secure, you may not have the ability to go conquer another person, nor would I even encourage you to do that. We ain't trying to build slaveholders or slave masters up in here. I just want you to have enough economic power to defend yourself against the capitalist beast that will come into your life, chew up your soul, eat your children, destroy your family, ruin your mental health, and kill you. That's what I want. That's what I want you to do. I just want you to be safe from capitalism. Capitalism has money. Money is like a sword in a capitalism, in the battle of capitalism. If you want to win a sword fight, you have to have a sword yourself. A lot of you have no sword. So capitalism comes and chops up your life. And don't worry, AC Salam. We're going to get back to the book in a minute, but right now I got to make my point. So please let me make this point. So if you want to understand how to survive and how to navigate a capitalist society, then you have to understand the value of your capital, because your capital becomes a sacred barrier and a protector from all these systems and individuals that are seeking to exploit and extract the hell out of you. You got to learn how to fight. And you ain't fighting by marching and voting. That's not and praying and all that. That ain't how you fight capitalism, because you're still gonna have to go to work for a capitalist on Monday until you become financially free.